Hey guys, this is Josh from Pro Blogger Income, and today I just wanted to go over really quick how to find emerging possibilities or exploding niches, along with using Google Trends and Amazon's bestsellers to better help you locate something that's becoming a trend. That way you can get ahead of the curve and build a website that will allow you to become a voice within that niche if you choose. So hopefully this will help you guys out in finding those. I'll talk to you guys in just a minute. So I'm fairly certain most of you are fairly familiar with Google Trends. So what we can do is just jump over to Trends. You can set where you want to search, what you want to look for. They do have some interesting information based around recent trends, and you can look at this and you can actually go through what's being searched most often. You can go to real-time search trends, see things that are happening right now. More than likely what you're going to look for is more of like the daily search trends if you're in here, or you can start to look through more information if you want to. So if you had a topic, you could do like bike packing, for example, and then you can see, if you look at this trend, the arrow right now is showing that it's actually starting to peg, and that's probably because the COVID time is ending and people are starting to try and figure out how they can get back out. What you can do is change this from 12 months to 5 years, and then you get a chance to see how it's been over history. And like this one, you'll look at and you'll see all the way back in 2015, it's 25, as a midpoint maybe. But now midpoint's probably right around 50, so it's doubled in growth over the 4 to 5 years. So what I would anticipate is that this would be a good one for you to decide to get in if you're going to get into one. It's just showing that it's a continual upgrade. It's growing the whole time. It's not getting worse and worse. And even recently, even through COVID and some of this flatline, it's only started to grow afterwards. So that's what I like about Google Trends. And it doesn't tell you the search volume. It's basically a rating of, basically 0 not searched at all to 100 the most searched it is typically. So you can use this if you know something that you have an approximate search volume for. So lots of people with dirt bike, right? So you could search against dirt bike and see. Obviously dirt bike has much more search volume overall than bike packing. So bike packing is already a smaller niche in the first place, which means there'll be less covered more than likely, or there'll only be like 2 or 3 main sites that you'll be competing against. So while it can't tell you how many people are searching, you can kind of use other things that an approximate search volume for to give you an understanding as to where a topic sits as to overall search volume. And it's not perfect, but it is the most solid way I know of to get you a comparison. So you can use it here. I don't tend to use Google Trends that much unless I'm found something that I want to kind of go see the longest history, because they can do much longer than everybody else. So you can kind of see. What we'll do is remove this again. And then what you'll see is you can see this climb all the way through. So it is nicer because it has a longer history than everything else. But what we'll do is we'll jump into the next software, which is a free site, and it should help you understand a little bit better quicker trends and against specific categories. So it can help you find things quicker and more usefully. All right, guys. So the next is going to be exploding topics, which many people may or may not have ever heard of before. And this one's more interesting because it is able to kind of tell you what the curve has been. So I think it's over a specific amount moves it over to the exploding topics. So you can see they color these. So regular, exploding. There's also declining. May not see one. There we go. There's one peaked. So it's gone up as high as it has, and now it's started to drop off. So the real big benefit of using something like exploding topics is that unlike everything else, you're not having to just search through these. You can actually select from categories as to what you're looking for. So, if you were trying to find recent things in gaming, then you can see, Fortnite has peaked and has dropped off quite a bit. You can look at these and kind of get an understanding as to if you want to jump into making something about this, it would show me that Fortnite is searched a lot, so it may still be worth it, but it's declining. So it may not be one that you would want to sink time into building a site currently. Additionally, what you can do is come in here and look at let's do products, right? So since we're all kind of into products for niche marketing, we can do that and maybe turn on software. So when you're looking through these, you can kind of look and see whether you feel it's something that you might want to look at looking into further to investigate and understand. So a lot of the open source ones I'm just going to skip past because they're not going to have something that I'm interested in writing about a coding website. But as you go down, typically you start to see some other things that'll come in. A lot of them are going to be software by default because everybody's always looking for new ways to run their software, new components for their software, more of the physical portions itself. But you'll see like here, there's CBD gummies, which as you can see are basically continually growing. You can look at Carvana's, that online car dealership. You can go to the next page and then go through and you can find these little things that are give you a chance to look, right? So vegan keto. And if you open it up, you can actually see overall what it's been since 2016 as it's gone. And you can see that it's, over time, it's exceptionally grown. So each one of these is searches in a given time frame. They're escalating every single time. Beneficially at this point, you can pop this open and actually search for it, or it'll pop it directly into Google Trends for you to show you what the history is for it. So this one brings full circle the other tools that we were looking at. What you can do after this, close back out and keep looking, trying to find the thing that you're interested in. So like squat proof leggings I was looking at the other day just because it was an interesting thing. Like it's a very one-off micro niche site where you could target maybe specifically these, because from what it looks like on Amazon and sites, they aren't incredibly cheap. They're not, $100 each by any stretch, but they, are a decent price, right? If you could get through and get people to buy a decent chunk of them or other fitness equipment with them in their cart, it could be worth a decent amount for you. So this is why I like the exploding topics. Is a chance to just look through for a lot of different things that I wouldn't necessarily look up myself because they just don't come across my lifetime very much. So I would suggest when you're looking, for most of us, you could probably do like products and luxury, because products and luxury luxury is going to give you some more higher end miscellaneous stuff. So these would help you, look up very specific things that are in a brand side that would be typically with people who have money to spend on miscellaneous things, because not a lot of people who are poor are worried about their earbuds or a Dyson vacuum. So you can use this to help you try and find some one-off things that you wouldn't typically search for yourself, and you can use it to give yourself a launch pad. If you see it's super low and it's starting to skyrocket, then getting yourself in there means that you'll have almost no competition, which means everything you write should rank real fast and should escalate your site real fast. That's what I did in the most recent competition on the Affiliate Niche Builders 90-day challenge. Is I saw a slow and rapid peak, and I made a site all around it. And 4 weeks in right now, 4 months in, this month it looks like I'm going to hit about 3,000 organic visitors and about 4,000 page views. So you can take this and almost write it into a successful site as long as you're willing to put in some of the extra time and effort to find that right thing.